Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our IMI Kolkata special webinar session. That is the digital marketing, that how digital marketing can be a career choice. And we have our eminent panelists from industry. So I am going to introduce that our eminent panelist. First, I'd like to start with Aji Isaac Matthew. So Matthew is, if you call that the top two digital marketing people and evangelist from Kolkata, is one of them. I know him very long, from the 2008 during my introduction in IIFT Kolkata. He is a CEO of IndusNet TechSoup company, the Indian largest digital marketing agency, and Google premier partner. His recent initiative was the Digital Marketing University. I know he has taught the digital marketing this course basically across many universities across the globe. And he is a St. Xavier's alumni and postgraduate from Army Institute of Management. He has spent almost 2 decades of his time in digital marketing area. So I welcome Aji Isaac Matthew once again to this seminar. Okay. Now I introduced Mr. Pritam Bhattacharya because he is my long-term friend from the corporatives. And Pritam Bhattacharya, popularly called as Pritam B, is the founder and chief wordsmith of Wordsmith Communication, a cross-cultural consulting company, and founder teacher of Wordsmith University, another unique initiative in online space. And he, before graduating into the freelanceship, and he worked as a deputy general manager in BSNL Tata Communication. He holds his BTech degree in electronics from NIT Calicut, master from Strathclyde Business School, and Chevening Scholar. He also heads the non-profit organization called the Freelance Foundation, and this is meant for the global freelancer. But now I also like to introduce Mr. Chiranjit there. Okay, he is one of the very eminent panelists in our events and has extensive knowledge, almost 15 years of industrial knowledge, especially in this digital marketing space. He has started his career in study.com. He was also the consultant of one of the time that was very reputed group, Educom. And he is now presently the COO of Big Week Media, and they are doing a very fabulous job in digital marketing, providing end-to-end digital consulting companies, basically a solution to all universities across India. So I welcome you all to these events. So just we like to start that how digital marketing can be an career option in this pandemic time. So just a brief, now digital marketing became a new normal in marketing. And recently KPMG suggests also during this time extensive paper they have developed, they are telling that business should take a new way to adapt digital marketing to tap the marginal benefits. So to influence customer, we see that during lockdown, many industries are coming with a lot of opportunities. One of this is online education. Okay, I think that Vedantu crossed the Akash and other leader in this market in terms of digital mention. So it creates a lot of opportunity. But I take also pride to introduce this eminent panelist and straightway like to go for the question answer session here. So our area divided into the 4. First is the career opportunity in digital marketing. So career opportunity means start from mid-level, entry level. So I like to request Mr. Chiranjit whether you can share what kind of opportunities we can have in mid-level or entry level in digital marketing.
Thank you so much, sir, to give me this opportunity to share my views in this panel. My first understanding is that like in digital marketing, entry level is very simple for everyone. Like anybody who has interest in the anything which is talking about, which is available in internet. If they want to show their interest, they can easily enter into this industry. But the problem is that when you enter into digital marketing, so there are various type of opportunities in this segment. Like when you are talking about digital marketing, there is content, there is online reputation management, there is video marketing, there is strategy, there is designing, there is engagement. So various aspects are there. So the most important thing is that how you want to build your career in digital marketing, because digital marketing is like ocean. You need to understand, like, where you want to put yourself. So there is data. When you are talking about digital marketing, you need to know about the data, how to bring those data into the system. So analytics is one of the most pivotal subject into this domain. And those who are doing MBA, masters in management, so for them, like, this is the best option ever. Because I'm telling you, sir, one statistics which is really important to know, that by 2021, 80% marketers is going to invest their marketing budget, near about 75% of their marketing budget into digital, because their target audiences are mainly going to be available in digital, and they are actually tracking the conversion ratio, like from where maximum traffic is coming, how much they are investing in which campaign, and from there, like, you can actually gauge the campaign performances. So these parameters, and as for the current scenario, I think, like, each and everyone, like, those who are doing management, those actually studying marketing, any subject related to MBA. So I must say, like, they need to know about digital marketing knowledge, because without this, that will be very tough to understand the current marketing stats. So this is my understanding about that. Thank you.
Mr. Aji, can you please share your views, that what kind of like entry and mid-level view?
See, as a graduate in any management graduate, you have basics of marketing. Today, basics of marketing is very important in digital marketing or in any field of marketing. So if your basics of marketing is good, like we always hired MBAs, almost 85% of our workforce is MBAs. Not because they understand digital, because they can easily learn digital. Okay, and most of them enters as an assistant project manager, and they work under a project manager, and project manager will help them learn about what are the digital aspect of it. And there are many things which you will work under a particular person and keep understanding things. And now the advantage of digital marketing is you don't have to be taught about digital marketing anywhere. You can learn about digital marketing, because the amount of information which is available on the web for free. There are various courses, but there are also free academies like Google Academy, Facebook Academy, HubSpot Academy. So they're all teaching you for free. So once you have the basics, you can keep growing up. So I had many people who have joined at 10,000-15,000 rupees a month. And within 3, 4, 5 years, they have even gone up more than a 1.2, 1.5 lakh rupees a salary from very average B schools. But they have learned very nicely on digital, and they've been able to contribute. People have gone from our company to Google, Facebook, and from Calcutta. I'm talking about our companies in Calcutta. So imagine Google hiring from Calcutta or Facebook hiring from Calcutta. That means there is an opportunity for MBA students to learn the basics and grow. So there are plenty of opportunities that you have. Do not be afraid of not knowing digital, because digital can be learned in less than a month's time to get an entry. It's just the mindset. If you have the mindset that I want to learn, you can learn and get an entry. And after that, as most of the professors says, you'll have to keep learning for next 5 years. And I'm in this field for last 15 years now, and I'm still learning. So there's a lot to learn for sure.
Okay, sure. Thank you. Mr. Pritam, your views you like to share? Mr. Pritam?
Thank you, Govinda. Am I audible?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. See, I think what Mr. Aji has told is the key. That there is no spoon-fed courses right now as a normal we are accustomed in our academic studies. So one has to learn from the market, and most of the courses are free. Now, I'm essentially not a digital marketeer. I rather teach freelancers how to market their services, and that means digital is a part. I would like to add only one thing, that like when someone writes in a typewriter and then we start typing in MS Word, and then probably something else will come, speech to text and etc. But the essential thing remains the same: communicate. So a company, a business, is essentially going to value those people more who are going to persuade, communicate well through digital, which has its own types of modes, approach, strategies. but essentially it remains core how persuasively you communicate and provide a compelling offer which they cannot refuse. So the essential essence of all communication comes to this: how do I communicate in a persuasive manner?
Okay, thank you. So now, as a students, because we are teaching our university also that digital marketing courses. Some of them fear that it is too technical. Basically, that's the conception. Like digital means internet means. But unknowingly we use Facebook and Insta and all these features basically. So as a marketer, because there we are using as a teacher, as a user, but we feel that students sometimes bit apprehensive that whether it requires any technical skills or kind of staff to master the digital marketing. So can you share that what kind of skills basically that a marketer or as a marketing professional need to have before launching his career in digital marketing space? Yes,
yes. See, I essentially teach in tandem with lots of international teachers, mostly freelancers on business development. Now, it is also, this experience is perhaps quite useful to what the question you've asked about people who are studying in a business school and looking forward a career. You see, the overriding approach of all technology designers are to make it user experience better and better and simpler. So, as an user, these tools are going to be very, very simple for you. So you need not learn to the very, nitty-gritties of technology to master them, because the technology itself or the development of technology itself is helping us. But I would say something like this. Consider yourself as a digital marketer, two persons going to the same company. Now, it is easy because of so many free resources and so many free access, so many channels, that we have done digital marketing or we have done marketing through the digital mode. But a company is going to value more and more those people who are not only using the digital channels but finally converting people into revenue or engagements, useful engagements or desirable engagements. So there is a difference. One is doing digital marketing with technology, without technology, I don't know. This is one aspect. But the valuation of a person in a company, like as you was telling, people are growing. So definitely a company, by the very inviolate business logic and business imperatives, will value those more who are going to communicate and convert. So only deep technological knowledge in digital marketing, less communication is not going to help, and not much of a hands-on experience on digital marketing as an advanced level user and how other users are interacting is also not going to help. So I believe there is a balance needed. Neither huge amount of technology, neither huge amount of business only, but a balance. And those people are going to succeed more in relationship to others who are lacking this balance. That is my experience in terms of teaching freelancers. And I believe this will be helpful for those people who are studying in a college or a school looking for a career after their master's course.
Okay, thanks for sharing this. But my question to Aji, that suppose I join as an MBA students or PGDM students and I am from commerce background or maybe arts background, but that there in most of the business schools they are having that more students who is opting for marketing. So someone with having commerce or arts background, what I mean that a non-technical background, okay, what kind of skill do you suggest for them, for them so that they can prepare themselves for this career?
See, the first point is you're very young, and today every company is a technology company, every company is a digital company. So there is no reason why you should be afraid of technology. You're using smartphone, you tell your parents that they are not technically savvy. And similarly, when you come to a company, you don't want to hear that you are not technically savvy, right? And that is your biggest advantage. So there are many people, according to many statistics, people about 35 are today called as dinosaurs inside an IT company because, the technology changes so fast that they're not able to learn. Now, you're not 35, you can learn any technology that you want. your society has told you that you are in commerce background, you can't learn technology. That's all stupidity. Okay, so anybody can learn technology. My boss, where I started my career, he was from Shri Ram College of Commerce. He did his MBA from IIM Bangalore, and he was one of the best programmers that I've ever worked with. So in that way, nobody's stopping you from learning things. You should learn. But overall, as I think Preetham was also saying, is there are many streams. So like working in Ogilvy, JWT, they are coming to digital from a creative background, from a communication background. So that's their starting point. There are people working in technology who are developing website and all are coming to digital. So there is a space for everybody to learn and everybody to contribute. So my suggestion is that start small, learn about websites, learn about various things, and have a lot of interest. And there is a lot of techniques in learning. When you learn, one of the things that you should remember is not to learn. Okay, so on digital. So you just go there, enjoy the course. Even if you don't learn anything, do 5 courses, 6 courses, 7 courses, and 8th course onwards, you will start learning, because you need a lot of basics to start learning things. People get very frustrated, like a lot of people going to the gym, they want to build their body from the first day. That's not going to happen. Similarly, there's a lot of connected learning. So don't take tensions when you learn, especially when you're attending a session like this. Don't try to learn a lot of things. Try to get exposed to a lot of things. Go back to the web, read a lot, understand a lot, but don't worry, the learning will come later. You use Twitter, use LinkedIn, use YouTube. These are all things that you guys use better than anybody else. I'm sure that many of us, we don't even know how to use Snapchat. And you might be the best people who are using Snapchat. So you are already digital, a lot digital than a lot of people in the company. So use that advantage and start learning next and next.
Yes, thanks for you nicely mentioned that unknowingly we are digital, but still we are apprehensive. So we need to get rid of this kind of preconceived notion that it is not meant for it's too technical. Okay, thanks for sharing your views. Now, the digital, because most of our participants, they are having a lot of queries regarding that what kind of opportunities like internship. It could be a full-time placement, it could be internship. Let us start with, because many students, even in our IMI also, that we have many students joined companies as an intern. Okay, so because internship is a journey. So I start with that, what kind of internship opportunities we can have in this digital marketing profiles. So my question is, I will come back to the other panelists like Chiranjit. Can give some kind of views that what kind of internship we can have? Chiranjit?
Yeah, sure. So, sir, as in company, what we prefer is we always hire campaign manager, assistant campaign manager for our projects as an intern as well. So different type of internship are available in digital marketing companies. Like basically there are people which we hire for client communications from the beginning. When you hire anybody who is talking about, who has good knowledge about marketing, communications, data. So if we hire someone like that, and if we train them a little bit of digital with the entry level, so they will be the best communicator with the clients to collect the informations, their requirements, and they understand. Then they pass on to the informations to the executive teams, the execution teams, those who can execute the project. So this is one level. Apart from that, we always prefer data-driven people. So if you have a decent knowledge of data, like data management, communications, so we hire them. And we took them for to analytics. There are a lot of marketing automation tools available. So where we are directly working with to our clients. So we took them as a trainee. We train them, and they are the best performers ever. This is one option. And the third option is directly marketing automation communications. So there are a lot of lead gen campaigns which is going on. So in any agency, and due to as we are dealing with India's topmost universities in India. So we always prefer data-driven team. So which can help us from which campaign is performing, how much we are investing, and what type of engagement is happening. So I always prefer my team to be decorated with this management trainees so that they can spend quality of time into it. And once they complete their internship, their future is very bright. So they can easily apply for, if their overall subjective results like near about 80%, 90%, they can easily apply for Amazon. We have a lot of people who worked with us earlier, and now they are working with Amazon and a lot of big companies, where in e-com companies, a lot of big digital media agencies, where they are only talking about, as Mr. Matthew mentioned, people talking about creatives, people talking about, there are agencies who are mainly specialized in creatives. Someone is talking about the digital websites or maybe engagement. So these all opportunities are really open for them. So I personally prefer, if any student who needs to understand by himself that in where their interest areas are, because in digital there are multiple options. You need to decide where you want to go, because if you want to go for data, you need to choose your subject line for analytics or maybe marketing automations. If you're talking about, no, I'm more into engagement, so you must go for content, you must go for designs, so where you can put your thoughts, you can actually understand, there is a big gap in this industry, which I personally feel you have a very good digital knowledge. Apart from that, you have a very good technical knowledge. But the problem is that you need to understand the UI and UX part, because if you have money, you can spend good money, you can bring the traffic. But the most toughest thing is in this world is how to engage those traffic into your system. So I personally prefer if any digital marketing company, if they spend more time into UX and UI part, so I think that will give us, anybody your clients and everyone give a very rich experience. So any student who wants to make their career into digital, so they need to feel where they want to build their career, and they want to see themselves after 2 years or 3 years. Money doesn't matter, but if you learn something, if you make your career in a level, automatically you can get your certain goals. So this is my observations here.
Okay. Thank you, Chiranjeev. Now I like to know something from Pritam, that Pritam, you can share some kind of internship opportunities that we can have.
We don't call this internship.
Any engagements
Yes, because the company, our for-profit company, Wordsmith Communication, is basically having no employee. It is a zero-employee company. All are freelancers, starting from the founder, myself. And the model works like this. And our skill base we need are on basically 3: cultural sensitization, a kind of a detective nature, finding out things from language, culture, communication, and that is persistence. And since it's a freelance mode, anybody can join. He is free to pursue her other interests, other jobs. It's a freelancing opportunity. So that way, we are open to anybody who would like to join as a freelancer, can continue as a freelancer, because we have many people working with us as a freelancer for the last 10 years. So he is basically more than an employee, but we don't have an employee by principle. No employment contracts, all are 0-hour contracts, as they say. So they are welcome to apply. We have a standard test, which is very simple. And once that test is passed, we empanel. And then, depending on their availability, suitability, the project is assigned, project is delivered, payment is made. So that's a very simple model, but we are finding that in the domain we work, which is basically cross-cultural consulting for various companies, starting from very large companies. So for example, Alexa trying to localize its equipment for Hindi audience. So how Hindi people behaviorally adapt to someone trying to write in a different language for a different company. Say a Bengali speaking gentleman trying to apply for a Japanese company, and it makes much sense business wise, culture wise, to have this translated into Japanese, nicely Japanese, and it goes to Japanese employer. So similar kind of thing. So we are ready to accept interns. We don't call them interns, such we call them freelancers. We do pay them an honorarium, those who pass, and also give them a certification. And they remain empaneled with us. So This can become their residual income in future if they wish. There are many, or they can also continue as they wish. So this is what the model we have found out, and it has been working well without much overheads and much of a trouble. So that's what I can say. And this is open to your institute as well.
Yes, thank you, Pritam. With that, we have most of our participants and also the students are they have queries like what kind of opportunities exist if I join a MBA and having some specialization in digital. So Aji, you can share something like what kind of opportunities that you're extending to the internship that people who are looking for internship, or like the digital marketing company looking for what kind of profiles basically from the students can join in those profiles. Aji?
Right. So let me be honest, this year is going to be very tough for all of you.
Yes.
And the reason is there are a lot of people who are experienced and they will come back to the market and they will try to get a job at any kind of a salary, whether it is because I get so many emails on a daily basis that I've lost my job. Can you give me a job? I'm ready to do anything. And those kind of a thing. Now there is no place also. Anybody from Mumbai can apply for a Calcutta company and any Calcutta company can apply in Mumbai, etc. So there is going to be a challenge, but there are also going to be opportunity for all of you to build a very strong career. So the advantage that you have is you can start your career anywhere. Digital has this advantage that digital is good with large organizations as much as it is good with smaller organizations. So if you join a very small organization, say a 3-4 people team, you can become the head of digital there and operate the whole digital part of it. If you go to a very large company, you might be doing a very smaller part of digital. So whether you're doing a small company or large company, you still have a lot to do, lot to learn, lot to experience. So that is an advantage that you have. So as of now, companies like ours, we are very, very hesitant in taking up many people. The reason is there is a lot of changing that we require in the direction altogether. Okay. But said all of that, we are still taking interns and joining us. And last month we had 2 interns who had joined us, and they will work on various topics here and there and this and that. But nobody will spoon feed you. You can't come to a company and saying that, okay, I've come in a formal dress, now tell me what to do. So those kind of things are not going to happen. You will be given an assignment. You will have to learn that assignment. You will have to coordinate with your project managers and then try to understand those and learn by yourself. And I think anybody with, and this is how the world has worked always. Okay. So in world, what happens is people will lose their job. That I've seen in UK. I spent a lot of time in UK. So people lose their job. They go back to the market. Then they understand their skills are not good enough. Then they reskill themselves and they become kind of entrepreneurs, freelancers, consultant, etc. And they become very good to the society altogether. So they become 3-4x productive. And that is where I think this is a good opportunity for you also to look at what are the opportunities that are there in the market and try to learn by yourself. And if you can learn by yourself, you can be, any point in time, you can grow your career. So there is no stopping in digital. There are people with 20, 21 years old. They're able to earn good amount of money. They're doing amazing jobs. So there's no stopping. It's just the mindset that you need to change, and don't wait for internship.
Why I'm telling the internship, because here thing is the full time or maybe the freelancing and all this, but again it can be from partly paid or maybe experience based internship. Sometimes they may not be offering you kind of incentive, but what they can offer you the good experience, as you mentioned.
Yeah, so maybe if I can add, like say when I was a student, I was part of Linux group in Calcutta. And in Linux group, I was active, etc. And my opportunity for job came from there. I was in my second year. We had a 3 years MCA course and MBA course. So in the second year, I got this opportunity, which was a company started by an IIM Bangalore guy, invested by Infosys co-founder. And I joined that company, and I did not have to get a job from the college. I got a job from that Linux group. So the company. The college is not the only place where you can get an internship. You can go and connect with people on LinkedIn whom you are interested with and see what they do, and then show that you are passionate about your job then people will give you an opportunity. You need to ask people that I am passionate, I am committing myself, because when a college gives you internship, college is saying that, oh, I am committing that this student is good. But when you go, you are saying that I am committed, I am a good person. So people will give you opportunities. At a starting, opportunity is not a problem at all.
Yeah, we have got a couple of questions basically that I may not be able to take all questions, but some of the question we can discuss here in this. The first question is what, with regards to digital marketing, what field we can focus in order to join a digital marketing post-COVID? So anyone can please share your views. We need to, with regards to digital marketing, what fields? Because digital marketing is a broad that way. So they are asking the what field should we focus?
May I?
Yeah, please.
So firstly, I need to know, like, what education qualification that person has. So that is more important. So
okay, someone maybe, you can assume that someone maybe from the commerce or someone maybe arts, okay, with graduation, yes, and have passion to learn something new in digital marketing area, and he has started learning something. Now he is been hesitant that which field he can choose.
So I think entry level in digital.
Yes, definitely that has to start with the entry level. Yeah.
Entry level in digital, I think there are few points, like few courses, like which are available, not only for anything which is in YouTube or any site. What we can say is, like, they need to start with search engine optimization is a very basic entry level. So there no harm to learn how to bring your ranking in Google. This is one thing. Second thing is social media, generic postings, influence the influencers program. Like you need to find out the good groups where you can put your content, from where you can get maximum profit. And apart from that, basic level of analytics. These three things maybe can help to understand how digital marketing companies or how digital field works. This is first. Second thing is, if you are from arts background and you have a very good knowledge in English, then go for content writing, because in digital marketing companies there is a huge gap to good content writers. So if you have that knowledge, and if you think, like, your content can be read by the people, and if you're running your own blog or anything people are actually looking for, so you can join as in content writing profile as well. And the most important thing is to start this career, to choose this career, be very, very proactive, because without proactive nature you can't be succeed in this field, because digital is evaluating every day. If Google is changing their algorithm like every 2 months or 3 months gap. Facebook is adding a lot of features in their field, in their domain. So apart from that, there are so many other social media channels. There are a lot of marketing tools. They are regularly introducing so many things. So be proactive. So no matter how you are beginner or you are just new in this field. So if you have that proactive nature, you are studying regularly, you keep updated yourself. Because I believe, if you want to be succeed in this industry, you need to study a lot. You need to do a lot of every digital company. I believe they have an incubation center, so they are always discussing. They need to implement new things for their existing projects. So be a part of that particular groups. So automatically you will get a success in this industry. But again, I am telling you, proactiveness is the most important thing in this field to survive, to understand, and to succeed in your career, no matter whatever you are.
Okay, thank you. And since because of our limited time, I will take few of these questions. So next question I like to just ask to our eminent panelists, like as you mentioned that the content, so to be very specific, that what kind of opportunities are there in the market for people with knowledge about SEO and content marketing? Ajay, if you can share something about this.
Yeah, so anywhere, what you will do is you will learn the basics of SEO. You will learn some fundamentals of SEO. Then you will go to a company, they will start giving you basic work, and you will start getting exposed to the real world. And then you will grow from the real world one by one, and you will go to the next level, you will go to the next level. So that is how it will happen. And see, anything which is like SEO, PPC, a lot of things are already automated. A lot of things can be easily done. And today, knowing more than SEO is what is important. So you being from an MBA background, you know more about the marketing fundamentals. You have a lot of understanding about marketing. So that is what will give you an advantage over a person who is not from a marketing background. So once you enter into SEO, you need to mix your marketing knowledge into SEO and try to find out. Example, in COVID, what we have done is we have reduced some of the keywords, which are like long-term keywords. We have put into a short-term keywords, where we can rank in next 2 months, 3 months. And many of the customers' traffic has gone up by 2x in like less than 2 months. And that is not SEO. That is understanding of the business. That is understanding of the customer, understanding of the market. That is what an MBA will be far better than an SEO person who will just do technical SEO. Okay. So that is where I think you need to look at it, learn, expose, spend a lot of time with other people, and you will get maturity. And that's the advantage. Do listen to the video that Jack Ma has put in about choosing careers, and you will get a lot of idea about every mistake that you make is a currency for you. So that's a very good, interesting perspective. So you should be able to, and then don't think about SEO is my specialization, so I'm not going to do anything else. You are too young to get into specialization at this moment. Try to get as many things as possible, get an overall understanding, and then grow your career from there.
Okay, thank you. And now another question is from the job, basically for MBA aspirant. What kind of job is really suitable for someone with MBA in digital marketing or any diploma? So
yes, so
comparison with someone with MBA with digital marketing experience and someone with non-MBA with digital marketing experience.
Right. So my suggestion is that look at a video by FedEx and search for FedEx and MBA advertisement. Okay. So you will understand what is the value of MBA. MBA is certainly overrated and as well as underrated. The reason is when you say that I have MBA degree, it is overrated. But when you say that I have an MBA attitude, that is underrated, because you get exposed to a lot of things. You have learned a lot of things, but don't go to a person saying that I have an MBA degree, give me a job. That's not going to work. Okay. So what you're going to do is you will say that I understand these marketing fundamentals. So like even today, I read Philip Kotler's book, even after 15 years, because that is a Bible, you know, every time you read, you get new insights about it. So it's not the MBA as a degree, but MBA as an attitude. But as I said, since you have a much better exposure to a lot of marketing channels, you have plenty of options. You can go into SEO, PPC, data analytics, Google Analytics, or even communication part of it, where you can build advertisements, landing pages, CRO, UI, UX, anywhere, wherever you want to go, you have an open option. That is why we hire MBAs, because they are there for long term. They are there to grow to any level that I want to do. So that is an area where you have an open field available to you. It's just the, you know, my only suggestion is come out of that barrier that I've completed my course, I'll have to get a job, I'll have to do this. That kind of routines does not work. Disrupt everything that is possible, and you become a Atmanirbhar kind of a person that I can learn by myself. I can do things by myself. Then you will see that companies are after you to give you more opportunities. And my suggestion is that get entry as an assistant project manager in company. That is where you will have the maximum output as an MBA.
Okay. Thank you, panelists, for sharing some of the queries, because we cannot take all these questions right now, because we have some more areas to focus for greater insight. My next area is like career, because we already so far we have discussed with MBA, with non-MBA, with your passion, you can join this industry as entry level or maybe mid level. But I like to know further, basically, like you need to have a long-term career goal or vision, something. So with digital marketing specialization, I think this digital will be a new normal, and that will be getting more importance in times come. So what kind of career progression we can see? Because as you mentioned, Aziz mentioned, and that I can join as an assistant manager and all this, because that's the entry level mostly. Just above the entry level, if you have that MBA degree. So what kind of a career I can see 5 years or 10 years down the line with my MBA, or maybe non-MBA with my specialized digital marketing skill? Like, what is my career progression in a digital marketing agency or any company with a marketing role? Ajit, over to you.
So just come again once. Sorry, I missed
Yeah,
it.
so I joined as an assistant manager in a digital marketing company. So that's the starting of my journey.
Right.
So now digital marketing will be the future. A lot of investment will be there. So what kind of career progression I can see? Like start from manager to further.
Sure. So once you enter into as an assistant project manager or anywhere in the company, so my suggestion is that keep exploring everything that is happening in the company. So you will be able to understand. Many of the people who have done really well in our company are the people who have interacted with a lot more people, try to understand what you do. So a lot of people will come to me and saying that, is there any area where I can help? They were all freshers. Then I'll give them some work. I'll give some additional work. And through that, they will understand that they're really good at this area or that area. You will understand that this is an area where I can contribute the maximum. And then that will become your primary growth channel. That is not your end growth channel. Along with that, as you grow, you will get another opportunity, might be an industry specialization, that you will start working with only banks and you become an expert in digital marketing for banks. And while working with banks, probably you will understand that, okay, I am very good in creating communication advertisement. Then you will say that, okay, I am very good in creating communication for banks. And that progression you will see automatically. You need to keep your mind open. You need to become a problem solver and talk to a lot more people in the company to understand what all they do. And even if things are not in your domain, like say, for example, even if you're not doing Google Analytics, but still go and check Google Analytics, what it does, how it works, etc. And maybe an opportunity will open up there. You also learn from there and your growth can get into diversified areas, and then you can take it up. I have people who have worked in operations, then they became the sales guy and they became the head of sales. They became the head of global sales, etc. And they were never thinking about going into sales. So it is all depending on how, and the guy who is working in sales can come back to an operation also and start working with operations. So be very, very open in your approach initially. Learn, expose, that is what I will say.
Okay. So Pritham, can you share your views that what kind of career progression that we can see?
I've got bad news, I think.
Yeah.
Because the word career itself doesn't, I believe, will not exist the way we understand career.
Mm-hmm.
One of the joy we say about career is actually we see a very stabilized path in front of us. But the way industry is, with COVID or no, is all in a flux. Mm-hmm. I also thought that one day I will have a career 15 years back. But having graduated into freelancer, now I have started enjoying having no career at all. Like Ajit was telling, one goes to a sales, he can come back to operation. It's all like a flux. And the very thought of this career is the discovery of the industrial age. Where you have a factory, you are tied to the factory produces it. So that's a 9-to-5 life, and we believe there will be a career. I think we will not have the career in those ways. So we have to remain with this uncertainty, for good or for worse. And I'm not an expert in digital marketing, but since it is related to or embedded to the current business scenario, it will inherit most of its fundamental aspect, like this flux type of scenario. My suggestion to a young 22-year-old, as many of them are hearing, because when I was 22-year-old, there are so many PSUs, they were recruiting a lifelong bandobast. I also had this bandobast, fortunately or unfortunately. Okay, so those bandobast days are over everywhere. So my suggestion is, I think instead of thinking of a career, think of learning, and if you feel very sad that I don't have a career as our forefathers did, try to get committed with the freedom it gives. I think that is not a bright and very cheering advice, but this is what I have to say, if I have to say sincerely.
Okay, thank you. And what I have seen that build some kind of research that what kind of profiles that a marketer with experience in traditional marketing, maybe for 5 years, initially at the starting of his career, and later on he switched to the digital and on, because as we are in a flux, we need to learn new things in technology or marketing. So learn something, and we can see, you can do a search on Google or also in Naukri. You can see that the many posts and many area, many profiles are coming. That's the mid-level management. Even that earlier, the 10 years back, we never heard the word like vice president digital marketing. So, but nowadays, many, even one of my friends also working as the director, digital marketing advisory in KPMG. So yes, there are a lot of top openings are there in digital marketing or maybe in marketing, but one need to, as you was telling, that they need to have a better insight, right attitude that can really help them to progress in their career. So I request Chiranjit whether he can share that what kind of transition, because he himself is a digital evangelist and having a key position in his organization. So what advice you like to give to the aspirant who like to pursue their career in marketing, especially with digital focus? Chiranjit.
So, sir, can you please explain me a little bit?
Yeah, so see, starting from assistant manager with having skills and we have passion to learn something. So what happens, like over the 5 years down the line, I like to see myself in a higher position. Okay, as a digital marketer, I start my career. I am telling that I am as a student, I am telling I join something assistant manager, I like to progress basically in my life. So what kind of opportunities are there in the industry to progress to a higher level in corporate?
Sir, honestly, like what I mentioned earlier, like, in digital, entry level. So it depends upon, again, company to company. Like, as Matthew sir mentioned, like they are hiring MBA people for a project assistant, project manager. In my company, I am hiring them as an assistant campaign manager. So again, it depends on, like, what sort of projects and what sort of campaigns they are hiring for. This is very crucial part.
Okay.
First thing. Second thing is that if they are into communication role, like, are they mainly into communicate with the clients and understanding their requirements? So this is one role. Apart from that, maybe they are like, just understanding from their project manager what they need to complete by the team. So they are under that role. Or maybe they are into search engine optimizer in a junior level, or maybe in social media optimizer, or maybe in content writers. So again, it all depends on, like, what sort of projects they are into and what sort of roles they are carrying in this company. First thing. Second thing is that it all comes with success. When they join, they need to understand, like, what is my role and how to overcome and how to deliver and how to keep happy to my clients. So this is very important thing. So once they grab this thing, like, end of the day, I am seeing, like, my appreciations coming from my client. My project managers are really happy. My top management are giving me good opportunities to work with. So trust building in both the way is very important for any newcomer. So till the time you are not able to gain the confidence from the client, because you are working in an agency. So in agency life, you have to bring confidence from the client first. Then you need to get the confidence from the management. So once you get both the things in your kitty, automatically after 2-3 years down the line, you can see a huge growth in your career. And again, then you need to decide where you want to be, whether you want to be a client communications and bring new clients, add on new clients into your company, or you want to be into more deep level project management scenario. And both the cases, your salary and your overall expectations would be different. Once you will be in a sales or marketing positions from an agency life, so your salary maybe sky's the limit, because once you bring new accounts, the projects are new, so you are bringing, like, 1 year, 2 year accounts every month. So automatically, like, your salary would be, there is no limit. And once you're into operations, maybe your salary would be constant. Maybe you are getting 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs per month. But at the same time, your responsibilities and role would be very, very crucial, because whatever commitments given by your company to your clients, you have to deliver those things on time with a 100% retention rate. So this is the both the challenges are different, and obviously, like, if you have the potential, if you have the proactive nature, again I am saying that because in digital you have to have, otherwise you can't be survived. So if you have that, then automatically you can make your career into, like, sky's the limit. Because I found a lot of people, I have a lot of friends in digital, so they have started their career in like 3-4 years ago again, because earlier they were into technical, like, coder, or they are into different lines, but they shifted their career into the digital in a very deep level, and now they are doing very good. Like, they are earning, like, they're about 40-50 lakhs package every year. So that's all.
Thank you. So thanks for sharing it with you. I like to take some more questions because we come at the end of our session, almost 10 minutes left basically. If we start at 12:05. So I like to take some of the questions. Someone asking that I want to join a digital marketing course, so where I can take admission and what type of course is good for my career? Chiranjeev, if you can share some views.
So digital marketing course, if you want to do digital marketing course, there are many courses which are available, but industry does not recognizes any course coming from any place, because what they will look at is what is your knowledge, how much is your understanding, and based on that they will take it up. So, like, for example, we run a course which is digitalmarketinguniversity.com, where we help people in understanding all aspects of digital marketing. And also we give you a lot of free material where you can go and learn. So my suggestion is also, there are two approaches. One is you can go to a structured course, get the understanding of all digital marketing, especially from a career building perspective, that what all I should be able to do to the career. And there are videos available at as low as maybe 1,000 rupees, 700, 800 rupees, where you can go through that video and you will get a lot of understanding about what I should do. And after that, I've given a lot of material on the chat in itself, where you can go and learn. Like, you have a Skill with Google, which is a free academy available. You have a Facebook academy where you can learn a lot of things. Now, that mindset that I will only learn when somebody is teaching me is an expensive affair. But if I learn a lot, then you have a lot of forums. Like, you can go to Webmaster World, you can go to Search Engine Journal, etc. There are many forums where you can also go and ask people questions. You can go to Quora and ask questions. There'll be a lot of people who will answer it. And then what will happen is you will become more curious about learning. And after that, you might end up into some good courses, which is really connected with your passion, your career, etc. And you can pursue. So there is no one single course that I can say that, okay, you go to this particular course and you will be able to get it. Though we run a very specialized course for students, which helps them in understanding everything about digital, because we have practitioners. So we understand what can help them in getting a job entry in the business, and we help them in getting a job as well.
Okay, thank you. And next question, I seek your views, Mr. Preetham, that the question is, what sort of digital marketing domain specialization would you suggest? Someone from arts background or marketing major with HR minor processing creativity. Okay, so someone with that marketing background. Yes, it is again same. Yeah, you can share something.
As I said earlier, and I think Aji, being a subject expert into this, is telling that this young generation today, the people who are of age 20 plus, need not worry about that they don't know technology. They are actually born with it. Okay. Second of all, just like when earlier we used to learn, when in our MBA courses back then, global trade, etc. Now every trade is a global trade, indirectly, directly. I mean, this very webinar that is happening, probably there are global players involved in different type or other. So every transaction we do in digital space, more or less, has global connectivity to it. So with this aspect, I believe that the core skill that will always remain valuable, whether it is digital marketing, tomorrow it may be neural marketing. Okay. So you will be directly implanted the idea into the cerebellum or something, whatever. I mean, there are sci-fi stories, but they're very nearby. But fundamental aspect of persuasion, communication, a thing of beauty, a thing that captures imagination, that captures our senses, something spoken nicely, something drawn nicely, something show and tell nicely, will always remain. I mean, 100 years back when there was no electricity, people liked good films. Today, after 100 years, with all changes, still good films are liked. So I believe that fundamental aspect of people will remain. your exposure to digital technologies, digital aspects are only to, I can say, modulate it as per the demand of the time. That's all. So my advice to all of the MBA students, your MBA is helping you. It's a passport, but it's not anything more than the passport right now. It is only entry, and a degree is basically what you keep framed up in a wall or something, nice DTP. It is your experience and all other aspects of your experience, and especially enthusiasm that you carry along with you all the time, even when you sleep. So my suggestion is be fundamental, go fundamental, and try to deliver something which people like, people find it useful for them. The more you do things useful for other people, you will be considered more useful. For example, if you only say, I have an MBA degree, it is only self-interest, isn't it? You have done MBA, so what? I mean, we are not, nobody is responsible. You have done MBA degree. You cannot be entitled to get anything on it. But if you say, I'm ready to help you, and I have done also a degree which is going to help you more, then probably that's a better message or better marketing message. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, Chiranjit, I'd like to know your views because last two questions I can take because we have 5-6 more minute time. So, what is the significance of data analytics and marketing analytics together as a whole for a fresher in today's world?
Sir, very honestly, data analytics and marketing analytics both are parallelly equivalent to sustain any digital campaign, in a large level digital campaign. So why data analytics is important? When you are running any campaign or anything, like, rather you are doing search engine optimization or social media optimization or any paid campaign or any marketing automation campaign, so you need to know from where and how your traffic is going to build per se. So if you have anybody in your team who can analyze this informations and collect those informations and what time and all the demographics, so this thing will boost your campaign performance up to 70 to 80% from the base. So I personally prefer like data analytics and analytics, both are really equivalent, and these two things, without this you can't be survive again, because once you run a campaign year on year, so you have to understand like how my last year campaign performed, which keywords gives us maximum performances, what sort of top performing pages from where we got maximum leads. So this all macro level screening is really important, and using these parameters and every person, like individual has their personal views related to data. But if you follow basic things and if you put like that gap using data analytics and analytics, then I think campaign can do excel anytime, because the beauty of this digital campaign is like you can always track each and every movement of your users. So this is like you can't get any this type of information in anywhere, like in any print media or any other medium. But in digital, you can watch the journey of your target audience very easily, and the demographic which you can select and which you can choose. So using this data analytics, you can easily find out and make a bucket of a very good platforms. So I think this is really important, and for MBA students, I really appreciate like if they can go for this type of domain and this type of profiles. So that will give them a very good opportunity in career. But again, I need to say they need to learn everything. They need to learn each and every segments of digital. They need to know about it, and that will only happen once they join small level digital agencies, because where the learning opportunities are very high. Because if they join mid-level agencies like us, then they can't get that opportunities, because they start with something like where there are different teams. So if they select for a team, so they only restricted on in this particular platform. But if they join like small level digital agencies where 40-50 people are there, so they can actually learn all the aspects of digital marketing, and that will be the best career opportunity. And due to this pandemic situation, I'll suggest there will be lot of gap, lot of opportunities are creating. So this will be the best platform, and this will be the best timing for them to go and join, because don't wait for the salary is what you expect. But if you learn properly from these agencies, your career will be, after 2 years or after 1.5 years, your career will be very, very, very bright. This is my suggestion to everyone.
Yes, so this is we almost near to 1 hour. So this is our last question before concluding. So this is a very interesting question also. Someone mentioned, I have certificate of digital marketing course, but I don't understand how I utilized it, because that's a very basic but very unanswered question, because they need guidance. So what I understand that even after pursuing MBA with digital specialization and all these couple of certificates, now I am looking for, as a student, that where I can apply these skills, which segments, which industry I should look for, okay, for utilizing this, because I need to have certain idea, okay, so that this industry may need the digital professional. So my question is to Mr. Aji, if you can share that which industry, at least 3 industries you can mention, because time is limited, that where that aspirants with certification or willing to know something digital marketing, they can try now or maybe in future. So 3 industries can you mention?
Digital is industry agnostic. So all industry is now hiring digital marketing people, and 2 aspects. One is you can join an agency or you can join the client side. So when you say side, it is a business which is doing digital, and when it is an agency is doing or helping a client in their digital activity. So you have 2 different options. Digital agency wise also, you have a lot of agencies which are looking for freshers, and you can start with any agency, be very, very honest there, learn from them, so you can continue to grow from any agency that you work. Just look at the founder of that company or the mentor that you will be under. So do not choose a company, choose the mentor. So make sure that you're going through their LinkedIn, understanding whether the person whom you're joining is good enough in thought processes, basic backgrounds, etc. If it is good, you can join any agency. Similarly, when you go to a client, there are plenty of clients who are hiring. There are big agencies which are hiring, like probably of the nature of completely digital companies like a Swiggy, Zomatos, etc. Or it can be a non-digital company which is selling a cement or a steel or etc. They are also looking to hire digital marketing people. So there is a much bigger growth for digital. So overall, from a marketing spend, India used to spend around 17.5% of the overall marketing spent in digital. Now with this pandemic and etc., you can assume that to go much higher. So the opportunities in digital will grow further, especially for freshers. But as everybody was saying, that don't just go there and saying that I have this degree, so hire me. Just go there and say that I have this, I can help you in growing your business, etc. I'm very passionate. And then get in there and start writing some websites, start writing some blog, start writing something on LinkedIn, maintain your LinkedIn, maintain your Twitter, maintain your Instagram. So those are things that will be your CV rather than your CV in itself.
Okay. Thank you, Aji. We come very close to our session. We almost try to answer most of these questions. Okay. So we just to summarize all this, our discussion based on our eminent faculty's views on industry. So what I understand, basically digital marketing that just opens up a great opportunity for us, because not only because of COVID, but it's a new normal for our industry for marketing. 80% marketer will be in digital. Okay, that our panelist mentioned. And as a student, when I join any MBA colleges or any post-graduation colleges, we can start our career as an assistant manager, maybe entry level or mid level, but there is a lot of opportunities are there. But market is not accepting you have an MBA degree. you need to have, as Aji was mentioned, that it was not only the issue as a skill you need to propose, but you need to have a right attitude, right insight about business. Okay, then company will start liking you also. Pritham is telling that it's a very flat situation here, that market is not taking you granted. If you have certain skill set, you need to be very agile, because he is also telling that freelancing and all these options that gives you opportunity to learn, even being besides your internship and doing your post-graduation courses. And also Chiranjit also telling that many opportunities are coming up, like at the entry level also, start from analyst profile, campaign manager profile, and also at the base level also, if you have from the non-technical background, then you can start learning on your own. At the minimum, you can start writing something, content on your blog, content writer, you can join in a digital marketing firm. So it's open up plethora of opportunity, for everyone. So you need to have a right kind of attitude, right kind of mindset, and you need to eager to learn this, because it's a continuous learning process if you want to succeed in this industry. So MBA will give you some initial advantage. Definitely MBA with these skills can really put you in a very advantage point in this competitive world, and definitely in the post-COVID world. So with this, I like to end this session, and I like to thank my eminent panelist, Mr. Isaac Aji, Mr. Chiranjit, Mr. Pritham, for your time and your valuable contribution. We like to take it as a very great learning. Okay, and we also thanks our participants for their presence, and they have any question, they can definitely reach us. Okay, so we try to answer your queries. And with this, and with a special thanks to our admission team and IMI Kolkata for arranging this. So as a faculty of this, I extend my sincere thanks to all the stakeholders. Okay, with this, we like to call the end of this session, and thank you, and be safe at home and your places, and wish you all the best for your career and your activities, all this. Thank you.
Thank you.